What is up, YouTube? I'm back again with another video. So today I took a little trip 2 hours away into another state to check out what Google Maps had called a surplus store. I was a little skeptical of it, so I called ahead. Instead of asking what they sold, I just asked them for their hours. So they were open. That would really suck, drive 2 hours and they're not even open. So I got there and she told me that they were more of a gun store than a surplus store, but they did have surplus. So I was taking a look around, and I didn't see too much, but the first thing that did catch my eye was these two items. So this is a training decontamination kit from 1987, and she had a whole bunch of these sunscreen cans from December 76. And then this portable shower. Now you'll notice that this one has a plastic bottom, and it actually has a contract in 1991. It says shower pail collapsible. The Vietnam era ones, or the more desirable ones, will be metal, but those are almost always rusted out. This one was only, I think, $15. And then another thing that I noticed in her stack of BDUs, or curtain of a rack, I guess, of BDUs, is this RDF shirt. Now we can see with this patch here and the shoulder patches that this was Air Force. It looks like the airmen had reused it several times. And it looks like this one was senior airman, and then this one about that size would have been staff sergeant. But it also had a rectangular patch here. This is almost 100% of the time guaranteed mean that this was a security policeman's jacket. I know nowadays their fire protection in the Air Force has a rectangle patch like this, but I'm almost guaranteed certain that this was security police. This one is size small regular from 1980, which at a first glance this might look like normal Woodland, but this is actually RDF, and you could tell not only by if you compared it to Woodland, but also the cut pattern. And what I mean by that is these pockets, instead of being tapered in this way and then flaring out to the closer to side of the arm, they taper out like this, and the pleat within the pocket like this is only found on RDFs. Not to mention, it has a contract in 1980, and Woodland didn't come out till 1981. And actually, while I was just setting up for this video, I found in the pocket this small OD green handkerchief and some earplugs. No date though. Which like I said, I just found that in this lower pocket, didn't even realize that was in there. And then I was looking through some more of them, and I actually found two medium shorts, both from 1981. RDF shirts. And judging by the buttons and where the patches would have been, I can say that this was, or is, 100% unissued, both of them. It's not very common that you come across RDF, and then it's not very common when you come across unissued RDF. Usually it seems like in all of my luck, whenever I do come across RDF, it's always heavily used. To the point where it's almost not even worth buying. But I'm glad that I found two unissued tops, and then this used, very good condition small top. So then I was also looking at her other stuff, and I came across these. These are OG 507 pants, waist 38, with a contract in 1985. The yellow tags are always 80s, or, well, post-Vietnam. I've seen some 70s with the yellow tags, but these are completely unissued size 38 pants. Fatigue, OD fatigue pants. I also came across a whole bunch of 36s, unissued, and a handful of 14 tops, unissued. She had 2 boxes full of these unissued. It was crazy, but I only got just the pair of pants. Although the small top doesn't fit, I actually do have a plan for this. But a fellow collector of mine told me something that he lives by when he goes to antique stores, pawn shops, surplus stores, wherever. Don't buy it if it doesn't fit. And I've been trying to live by that. Actually, I have been, and that has saved me so much money. But she said that she's actually trying to sell out of surplus. So maybe next week I'm going to try and go back. And she gave me a good deal on all this stuff, but I'm going to see if maybe she would sell me all of the 507 fatigues. She had unissued tops, used tops, unissued pants, mostly unissued pants, but she also had used pants as well. She also did have a few of the Vietnam cut thicker pattern, but those were, I think those were only like 36 and very heavily used and faded. While I was digging through all of these, I also came across this. This is an Air Force Security Police oilcloth ammo pouch from the Vietnam era. Well, actually from the Vietnam War. They were originally designed just for security police. You can find photos of Army guys with them in some Arvin. But originally they were just designed for security police. And I actually have a video about these. This marks like the 17th one in my collection now. Yeah, so that's another thing that leads me to believe that this was security police. All of the OG 507 tunics or tops that I came across that were used, all of them had Air Force patches with the same last name on it. And that's another thing that leads me to believe that that this must all came from the same veteran, and that must be something that he just had left over, I guess. So I snagged that, and then I also did find this 1971 large Flyers top. It does have a tear in the shoulder, I think on the other side of the shoulder. Somewhere around here there's a tear that can be fixed, but yeah, it's large regular. Unfortunately she didn't have the pants, but so that's everything that I got from the surplus store. Everything was $100. I say I made off pretty good. Originally, so I saw a sign that had these all $5 each, all tops, and then I noticed when I got up there that these tags were on there, so they're all $15 each. I don't even know how much the pants were. So she decided to cut me a deal for everything. I'm definitely gonna go back though. It was an awesome place. And then I also did get this from her too, a pack board, which I've seen these things before, but anytime I've ever come across them, they've always been broken, missing straps, that sort of thing. This one is from May 24th, 1944. It was only $50, and so far that I've seen, everything is intact. So yeah, this is my first one. I'm glad I got it. So then, instead of leaving, I also decided to check out a thrift store, like a flea market, and I came across this bad boy. So this is a 4-pound US military axe, and this would have been a piece of the Pioneer set is what it's called, and that would come with a big pick and a shovel too, and a carrying case, and that sort of thing would be on like deuce and a halfs, tanks, Jeeps, and ironically I bought this from, so it's from a Pioneer set, and I bought it from a Mennonite. They had a table there. So, yeah. And then he also had this nice World War II holster. I can't find a date on it, but it's the old brown leather ones made by Boyd, like usual. This was only $65. I usually pass on these ones, but the leather isn't really dry rotted at all. It just needs to be cleaned up a bit and maybe some saddle soap, and it should do it. So anyways, guys, that was a fun little trip that I took. Like I said, it was only 2 hours away, so it didn't take me much, but made out like a bandit, I would say. If you guys have any questions on this stuff, just go and let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, have a nice day.